Congresswoman Bush, thank you so much for joining us. This is obviously incredibly personal for you. How has your own experience influenced how you viewed the news the last 24 hours?
It was a gut punch. It was because I wasn't expecting to hear anything, yesterday evening, wasn't expecting, for this draft opinion to be leaked. But just to know now, like where this is like to know for sure where this is headed, I'm thinking about the 36 million women that this will affect, those who especially those when we talk about who is most directly impacted, who's impacted the most. We're talking about Black and Brown and Indigenous and our LGBTQIA community members. And I'm broken about this because I remember when I didn't know that there was a world when I was 18 and I went through this, when I was 17 and I thought about it, and then 18 when I actually made the decision. I didn't know that there was a world where the option wasn't available.
Yeah, look, if what happened to you when you were 17 and then 18 happens to a girl in Missouri in 2 months, if Roe versus Wade is overturned, what recourse will she have?
Exactly. And so that's for us to, that's why we have to push back right now, because we know that the barriers to accessing abortion and other health care services, finding health care is one thing, but then finding the childcare, taking time off work, navigating the cost of transportation, thinking about people having to travel. I worked in a community-based health center, and we worked to make sure people had bus passes to be able to get around within the city. But we're talking about people having to have lodging and travel hundreds or thousands of miles to be able to have this healthcare procedure that should be their right. Healthcare is a human right. And I think about what would have happened had I not had the ability to have an abortion. What would have happened to me? What would have happened to that child? John, I was not in the financial position, the emotional position to be able to take care of a child. And I think about those that will walk into this now.
Yeah, if it had been illegal in the state where you were, what do you think you
Yes,
would have
yes.
done?
Um, you know, I don't know because I never had to think about it. But that's where we're forcing people right now is they have to think about it. Someone is pregnant right now. Someone just found out that that they are pregnant, and they have to make a quick decision. Being able to take some time. This is such a huge decision that some people need time, but we're taking time away from them. Now they know that they have to figure out what they're going to do because this decision may be written, most likely is going to be written. And then this takes us back to knowing that the leading cause of death for Black women in the years before Roe, before 73, was sepsis. It was, having those septic abortions. And then when we think about how that affects us now in 2022, Black women and birthing people are 3 times to 4 times more likely to die in childbirth in this country. So what are we saying? We're pushing people into a more dangerous situation with these forced pregnancies.
I know you support abolishing the Senate filibuster and trying to codify Roe versus Wade. President Biden said today that he's, quote, not prepared to make a judgment on whether the Senate should do that. And both Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema reiterated their support for the filibuster today. So where are the votes to get that done?
We would love to see the president put his weight behind protecting this right to abortion. This is his presidency. This is his time, his moment. He should be coming out in support of abolishing the filibuster. So he should show up in the Senate, show up, work with the caucus so we can get every single vote that we need to pass it. Like the president has weight, that presidency has weight, show up, because we need to pass this. Yes, it failed in the Senate before the Women's Health Protection Act, but we need it now. We got to codify it. And he should be supporting also expanding the Supreme Court. So I think we have to come at this multiple ways. And let me say this too. As far as our president and everyone, all of us, everything is on the table and nothing is too big. Like this is an emergency. We are in crisis. So we need Congress, we need the president. Everybody has to do everything that they can right now secure our rights, secure our freedoms.
Congresswoman Cori Bush, thank you for your time tonight.